Follow all Moessieux news on his website, www.moessieux.com, on his Facebook and Instagram page too, for daily exclusive publications.
Hello and welcome on Moessieux. My name is Joel Borg and let's continue the topic about the basics on the MODX Plus. We have the 6 here in front of me today. You have the set also with the synth keyboard action, and you have the 8 with the piano type keyboard action. And the today topic is about the base of the AWM2, and we are going to talk about what it is about in simply way, because I will not want to go deeper in some things that make your mind too hot, I will say, so I will go in simply way. But first of all, what is AWM2? It's sampling, it's reading samples already recorded, assembled, and what we call on Yamaha waveforms, and it's like an oscillator, but even that it's produced by an analog synth of a synth. With a waveform, here it's recording some notes of an instrument and make them available to play them. It starts before the AWM2. You have the PCM, the pulse code modulation, which is some synths, famous synths use it. It's sampling too. And the AWM2 starts with the SY77 in 1990. So it's a long time we use AWM2, but it's a very great synthesis. And of course, it has been improved by the size of the waveform, the technology to make samples, of course. But it's already and continue to work very, very fine, because we have this on Montage, MODX, and MODX Plus. And all what I say in this video will apply to Montage, MODX, and MODX Plus. If you don't know me, my name is Joel Borg, and you can shoot me also not only on this YouTube channel, but also on Facebook. It's called Moessieux. On Instagram, it's called Moessieux13, and also you have the website www.moessieux.com. And if you are not already a YouTube follower for Moessieux, please click on subscribe and click on the bell to be informed when I release a new video. So let's start for this today topic about the AWM2. If you want to take basis and start, you can go to category search, and in category search select init, and you select init normal AWM2. I will not do it because I prepare some things to win some time on the video. And normally you will have a piano, a bass, piano sounds. Here I have choose a synth and just replace the piano by a synth. Okay, how to go in this waveform, this element? So just press on the part here, press on edit on the screen, or you can press here on the button here, and normally you will start on command here, edit part 1 command, and to go to the element, you can have 8 elements. So you can put 8 waveforms together like this. And here you can see this one is overlighting, I will say, and the other are a little bit gray. That means that this one is on. Here, it's on, you see. And I select, of course, my string, my PWM string stereo here. And I select this, press on the top where you want on the top. You have the category search that appear, and you press on it, and you have the category search for the waveforms. It's right on the top. Element, part 1, element 1, waveform search. So you can search waveform for piano sound, keyboard, guitar, bass, strings, etc., etc. Here we are on particular for the sound string, I will say, and I choose my PWM string stereo here. So it's all you select. So you can navigate through the category and the subcategory as when you search a part, as when you search a performance, but here for a waveform. Okay, so I will not go on all slots. I do not want to be too complicated. The XA controller, we made a separate video about this element group. I will not go. element connect, if you go to the effect and insertion effect, you can collect each element on the insert B, insert A, or through, do not passing through the insertion effects. You can create new waveform, not by sampling. You cannot make samples on MODX Plus, MODX, or Montage, but you can load samples, wave format, 16 bits, 44.1 kilohertz, not MP3, not OGG, not things like that, and you can build a kind of waveform. It's not really like in the Motif series, but you can make some things interesting also, if you need, of course, or you have the John Melas waveform editor that done the job more quickly and in more friendly way, I can say. One important thing on this first window, this is the window for oscillator and tune. So oscillator, we have choose your waveform, it's already done. This is the oscillator. The tune, so you can change the tune of your element. Here, the first setting is not shift is for the part, it's called course. And remember, for the part, you can set plus 24 or minus 24, so 2 octave. And if you want to change a part more than 2 octave, it's a way to go to the elements and to change the chords. As example, here, I can change, I will replay just one chord like this, and I will change from 1 octave here, and you can go up to plus 48. So here you have some great choice. I come back to 0 for this one. You can have a finest adjustment. I record this video previously. Of course, I have done some video for the CK, and if I release it, or I will release it soon, a video for the CK with the unison. And on CK we have a unison, but we do not have it on Montage, MODX, MODX Plus. So it's a good way to have the same element for a synth. As example, I can make a kind of unison because there is no direct unison, and make some fine adjustment of the tune like that with this setting, and made it on layers. And you can make the same thing that you have on the CK simply by putting on layers some elements of the same waveform and change it a bit. The fine tune, I would say, to make a kind of unison, the basic, the harmonic 1 octave up, if you want, use plus 12 here, or subharmonic, minus 12, and you can do a kind of unison for your part like this, of course. So you can have some answer for the velocity and the pitch, the fine key, the rundown, the crossfade, the synchronization to tempo, the center key. I will not go here. It can be too complicated to start. But the two other very important settings are here. Velocity limit, not limit. And we will talk about this. And as you see, when I play my note, you can see a little green point here. If I go to my element 2, this is the same waveform, and I activate it now. When I play, you see the 2 element playing. So something you need to take in account is the polyphony that we have. We have 128 stereo polyphony notes on Montage, MODX, and MODX Plus here today. And here, as example, I have 2 elements playing on layers with no range for velocity or note limit. So each time I play one note, it takes 2 notes of polyphony. If I play 2 notes, 4, you understand. If I play 4 notes, 8, etc. This is for one part. If you have some other parts, you multiply all of this and it takes the polyphony. If you press the sustain, it adds, because the sustain keep the note play before. So you can add. So sometimes some people say, I'm full of polyphony, so perhaps you need to go to see if you made your sound, your element management, and perhaps you can win some things, depend on your program, but do not use too much the sustain because it can be a problem for every synth that play with 128 notes of polyphony. This one or some others is the same case. So how can we manage this? We can manage this, and the idea is for the piano as example with the velocity. Perhaps we want to have not 2 elements here, they are strictly the same. But perhaps we want to have one element playing more for the low velocity, and 1/over playing more for the high to have more punch, because you will do some settings after, and we will see on my second video what are the settings after. You can add with the settings after things that bring energy for the high velocity, and you want to stay quiet on the low velocity. So as example, I can go to my element 1 and I can set the velocity on the keyboard, or I can press a number. As example, if I want to go to 69 for the element 1, and for the element 2 I go to number and I set 70. And now check on the little red. If I play slowly, this is the element 1. As soon as I go at 70, this is the element 2. So in this way, I can have different changing on the sound for low velocity, high velocity, and it took only one polyphony note for each note play. Okay, this is the first idea. Let's come back to Z1 to cover full to show you something else. This will be better. Okay, note limit. Why use note limit? And also I will take the example of the piano. I can take example of the flute also for the velocity. When you breath on a flute on wood slowly, you do not have the same sound that when you breath in strong way. So the velocity management is a way to manage this for acoustic instrument, but also for synths. Why not? You can do a lot of great things like that. For the note limit on the piano is a great example. If you check the piano or they made for the preset piano, you will see that we have some management in velocity and in note limit. The idea for a more modern sound is to, perhaps you would go on element 2, you say it will be my part, my body of the sound to play the medium and my chords here. Okay, and I want big, strong energy, so you do some settings and you say, okay, it's great. And when you start to play the bass, you say, oh, too much. Oh, I need to reduce things. And not only the level, perhaps. So that's why you can manage by note limit 2, because by this, with 2 elements, it will not take all the polyphony for the 2, depend on what you play, and you can manage. So here, you will press here, as example, I press keyboard, I want my body of the sound, my medium part for the chords, the melodic way is on a C3. Here, my element 1, I want the top velocity will be here on the B2, and now, check, here I play here is the element 1, I play here is the element 2, and I can manage different things for my 2 elements like that. This is the idea, to keep polyphony in count and to improve also the quality of the sound you are going to make or to edit presets, because all the presets are made in this kind of way. Not all, but I will say most of them with the velocity or the note limit management. I hope I bring you just enough knowledge about this. I think this is enough for this first video about this part. And if you want to go deeper or go fully deeper, you can ask to me a Moessieux masterclass. It's online through Zoom. You choose the topic we are going to work together. This is not a lesson online when you need to shoot A and B and C. We start on the way you are for what you want. Depend of your country. Like my company is on France, it's on Europe. I can only work with users in Europe for the Yamaha synth stage keyboard and John Melas software. But if you work with Camelot Pro, like I work with, and through the audio modeling platform, it's open all over the world. So if you want also Master Class Moessieurs and audio modeling Camelot Pro, you can ask me. You have all information on video description and on video ending, so shoot the video all along. That's the bonus time. Okay, for this bonus, I will go something link on this, but in a simply way. And sometimes you discovering a preset and say, okay, I need to go on edit to see how many elements, what have I done, how can I manage this. We have a quickly way to discovering the preset and also to manage the sound you will build too. So you press on performance here and it's open this nice second part on the window. if you go to the velocity, you can see the velocity management here like that. But I will not go here. Here, as example, with this button, when I am on part, I manage the part level. And you see the pop-up coming, and I need to reach the white point to take the level in management. So up like that. Now I have the level on management. Remember, there is 1 second delay on the top screen. This is an hardware management, so I can change this. So you have a delay between the screen here and the top screen. But you see the ID like that. Okay, why this? Because if you are on stage and perhaps you press some things and you move a little bit a slider, it prevents you to change the volume of your part. So it's very, very great to have this, but this is not the topic, but I want to explain why. And how I can see and manage my element levels. Just press here, you pass through element level, and now you see, you select a preset. Here, this is not a preset, this is mine, but when you select a preset in this view, you see that you have 2 elements. You see what are the level, because for elements, this is not a volume, this is a level. You have the level here, and you can manage an easy way also, rather to go from Windows Element 1 to Element 2, you want to manage when you finish your element level. Like this, you play your chords and say, my bass part is a little bit low and my synth part for the body is a little bit high, perhaps more like this. Okay, like this is better, and I can store. So this is the idea. You have the same thing for the FMX for the operators, but I will make a video for the FMX also, like I do this first video about the AWM2, and also remember this, because sometimes we see people say, I could not I move my sliders and I have a pop-up, but it's not moving the volume. That's normal because you are on element operator level, and actually you are moving the element level for the part 5 here. So be sure to be on for MODX and MODX plus for Montage. Well, something a little bit different, but be sure to be on the good selection for the part 1.4 or 5.6, and be sure to be on part or on element, depend what you want to done. This is video ending. I hope you have liked it. I hope you have find it interesting. If yes, please click on the blue thumb. Remember, I am alone on Moessieux to do all the website, the Facebook, the subtitles, the thumbnails, recording the video, etc., etc. So I like to have some like, and also having likes help to promote the channel for other users who do not know Moessieux and use MODX or Montage synthesizer. Yes. And if you really, really want to thank me because you have learned something you do not know, and you're thinking taking a masterclass with me and say, oh, I see this video, I have all the information I need, but I want to thank Joel for this, you can do it. You have the super thanks. It's on the bottom right of the video. It's a kind of donation. You can start from $2 to what you want, and it help me to improve the gear for the camera, the things like that, or to renew the licenses for the software that help me to produce the website and this video. Thank you in advance if you want to help me for this. If you want a Moessieux masterclass because you really need it, you have all information on video description and on videoending.com. See you soon for one other Moessieux video. Bye.
Would you like to discover, learn, or improve your knowledge of your Yamaha synthesizer or stage keyboard? Book your Moessieux Master Class now. Your private session is conducted online through Zoom. Take all benefit of Moessieux expertise, Yamaha synthesizers and stage keyboard specialist for nearly 20 years, and consultant for Yamaha Music Europe and France. As member of International Yamaha Tech Talk live team and host of the Camelot Pro sessions for audio modeling, Joel take care of your experience level. Whether you're a beginner or a skilled user, get the most out of your Yamaha synthesizer, stage keyboard, John Melas software suite, or Camelot Pro.
Book your session from the Moessieux Facebook page. Use slots available in the service tab, or by email, moessieux@orange.fr. This service is available in French and English, only for users who live in European Union. Camelot Pro 1-to-1 Master Class are available for users all over the world through audio modeling platform. Thank you for watching this Moessieux video. Do not forget to click on like, subscribe, and click on the bell to be informed when a new video is online. Do not hesitate to write a comment or ask a question. See you soon. Bye.